The Pokemon card market has been in a painful correction for about a couple weeks now. We have seen 15, 20, 30% slash on prices on a lot of the singles, especially the big chase of every single set. A lot of people is calling this a crash. A lot of people are saying that we're going to zero. Pokemon cards is losing its value. Guys, I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. I believe that this is normal. This is business as usual, and there's a couple reasons why I believe this is the case. My name is Rafael, and I run an online TCG business, TopShotCollectibles.com, from the basement of my house in good old Illinois. In this channel, I show you guys the insights of Pokemon investing, collecting, running your own TCG business, and the Pokemon TCG as a whole. In this video, we're going to talk about the current crash market of singles that we're experiencing. I'm going to give you my insights as to what I think the market is doing, why we're seeing the price corrections that we're seeing right now, and how you can take advantage of this market. So before we get into looking at what are a couple of the big chase for each Pokemon set is doing, so there are three reasons why I believe this is happening right now. And the main reason is the timing, right? We have been in this bull market for over 8 months now, since the TCG Pocket release and Surging Sparks release of October of 2024. So there has been a lot of pain in terms of people paying so much money for all these sealed products. We are in the summer right now, and I talked about this before. A lot of people go on vacation. A lot of kids are off school, and people take vacation during the summer, and they go off. So the natural demand goes down. And when the demand goes down, then people that are selling the Pokemon cards in TCG market and all these marketplaces have to drop their prices to be able to continue to move products at a normal pace. We've been in the bull market for over 8 months now. People are getting tired of paying MSRP and double MSRP and are tired of not finding product at your local retailers anymore. So they have started to realize that this is not normal and that they don't want to be paying outrageous amount of money for a brand new set that just came out. And that is causing a little bit of a cool down on the market as a whole, and this is normal, like I said before. So let's look at a couple chase cards of the Scarlet and Violet era and its sealed product counterpart and see and compare what things are doing right now. All right, so as you can see, this is the Mew EX. And if you look at the 3-month for Mew EX, the Bubble Mew, you can easily see 15% down, and you can be thinking, wow, this card is dropping down bad. It's gonna go even lower. I'm gonna hold and wait until it crashes completely and then buy it. Well, you always need to look at the bigger picture, because when you zoom out at the 6 months, you can see that it's actually up 30%. And if you go even farther out, the 1 year, you can see that it's upwards of 260% increased in value. And this right here, this October time is when the bull started, and when TCG Pocket came out and when Surging Sparks came out, this is when the entire bull market started to go crazy. It was $108, and if you picked that up at that point in time, even with the small little downward pressure that we're seeing right now, you're still up 267%. So is this really a crash? You tell me. When we look at the Paldean Fates ETB, the 3-month, it's 28% up in value. With sealed product, the price, it's very relative to the amount of product that we have at any given time in the market. So because Pokemon Company hasn't reprinted Paldean Fates ETB, you can see that it continued to go up over the course of 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. So 280% up in value right now with no correction whatsoever. If we look at the Magic card from Paldea Evolved, you look at the 3 months, you can see a 15% drop in price recently. But when you zoom out to the 6 months, you can see a little bit of a bell graph here. And in the 1 year, you can see that right before the bull market started, it was $98, and it is now 71% gains over the course of a year for this Magic card. Similar thing to the ETB. Again, the sealed product, usually for investment purposes, is the best thing that you can be holding. And the 3 months is giving you 22% returns, 6 months, and the 1 year, it's at 135. Right here in November, it was below MSRP before the bull market started. So you would have picked it up there, you're now 135. And again, there's no sign of correction on the ETB. And the reason why I'm using ETB and not booster boxes is because a lot of specialty sets don't have booster boxes. So I believe this is a better approach. You look at the Charizard from Obsidian Flames, it's 11% down. The 6 months is giving you a little bit of a down pressure, 3%. The 1 year, it's actually up 20%, right? Now, you can see that from the all-time high, it's actually coming down. And again, like I told you guys before, it is a little bit of a combination of the summer, the slowdown in the hobby, the new people not wanting to pay expensive amount of money anymore for sealed products, and it's causing the entire market to cool down, and this is normal. It's just not a time to go to zero and to FOMO, because it's a normal correction. You can see the ETB, beautiful promo card out of this Obsidian Flames ETB, by the way, up 7% in the last 3 months. 6 months is still up, and 1 year is still up with no signs of slowing down. The Pikachu, it is probably the only one from Surgeon Sparks that is seeing a massive decrease in price, 34% in the last 3 months. And even if you go 6 months out, you can still see a 38% drop, and 1 year out, it's still down from its original inception to the market. Now, the reason why this is happening, I believe, is because the Pikachu itself didn't really captivated the art and style. I think that they could have done a little more with the art of this Pikachu, but I think it also had to do that it got released right at the pinnacle of the bull market, and people were just trying really hard. A lot of new people was coming into the TCG market, and a lot of people were just trying to pull this chase card because it was the new thing right after TCG Pocket release. So the price at the very beginning was really inflated, and the market, it's now telling us that, because you can see it with this chart now dropping down to $300 from an all-time high of like $480. The Surgeon Spark GTB, on the other hand, is doing the total opposite. It's up 17% up, and the 1 year, it's 136%. And again, no signs of retracing, no signs of correction. And like I said before, it is very relative to how much product we have in the market. So if Pokemon Company were to decide today that we're going to reprint the Surgeon Sparks ETV, then you'll see a correction in the price of the ETB, and over time, it's going to climb back up. That is usually normally how the fluctuations happen with reprints. Twilight Masquerade, this is the Greninja. Not a lot of price correction here, and it's actually up in the 6 months. It is actually up in the 1 year. It's 109% price increase. This is a beautiful card, by the way. A lot of people that I know talk about this card, and a lot of people want this card. So I see why the market is very, very positive on this particular Greninja card. Twilight Masquerade, very interesting. The ETB in the 3 months is 12%. 6 months, you can see 65%, and the 1 year is 132% from I think it was like below MSRP back before the bull market started. But very interesting for this. So you can see there's a little bit, just in the last couple of weeks, a little bit of a retrace up, down from $83 down to $80. And I think it's because there's rumors out there that Twilight Masquerade is getting a reprint together with Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces here coming soon in the coming weeks. And so if that's the case, I think the market is already pricing in that reprint. So we'll see how things play out with that. Here's the chart from 151. Again, it is only dropping 1% in the 3 months. We zoom out, is actually up 15%. We zoom out to the year, is actually up 31% from a low of $86 back in before the bull market started. Now the 151 ETB, it's a different animal. We have known that this ETB has been going up and up and up, and it has no signs of slowing down. 16%, 97 in 6 months, and 250% returns in the whole year. Again, very relative to the amount of product that we see on the shelves. They have not reprinted this ETB to demand because it costs Pokemon Company a lot more to create ETBs. It is easier for them to just make the packs and put it into blooming water boxes or auxiliary items or mini tins. It is easier for them to do that than to create the ETBs, because again, a lot of things that are inside the ETB, like the dices and a lot of these auxiliary stuff that comes in the ETB, are made in other parts of the country that it requires more manpower and more resources from Pokemon Company to reprint these. Now we look at the Umbreon EX. This is a little bit of a different scenario because Prismatic Evolutions just came out, and we are seeing a 26% down on this particular card. And you can look at every single SIR in Prismatic Evolutions, and they're all coming down very similar to this one. The 1 year is 24% down in price. But again, this is normal. A new set usually starts really high, and in the following months after the set releases, it crashes down. I don't want to use the word crash. I would say it corrects down to where the market really think the price point for this card should be. Now, the ETB for Prismatic Evolutions is doing the opposite of every single other ETB that we see. And the reason for that is very simple. It's the Costco bundles that have been hitting the market aggressively in the last couple of weeks. We see a 28% correction down for the ETB and a 2% in the 6 months. And if you look at the 1 year, since its pre-release price of $102, we are actually up 14% on this ETB. In my opinion, $105 for this Prismatic ETB is a great pickup right now. Now, I don't know if that Prismatic Evolution ETB is going to come down in price even more here in the coming future with the amount of product that's being put into the market. But what I can tell you is that if you're in it for 2 to 3 years, down the line of holding product as an investment. Prismatic Evolutions at $100. It is a great pickup to be in your collection. I am picking up Costco bundles as much as I can from a market price because I have faith in Prismatic Evolutions and 151 as sealed product. Now, if you're somebody that just want to collect and you like to see the cards like I do, I have a several cards that I keep in my dashboard here because I like to see the cards. I like the art, I enjoy the art, and I buy what I enjoy. So if you are that type of person, I believe that this 20 to 30% correction that you're seeing right now, it's a great opportunity for you to pick up singles that you enjoy, singles that you love, and you want to see displayed in yourself, or maybe you want to attempt at getting them graded with PSA or CGC, whatever you use. It is a great time to be picking up product. Now, there may be more correction to come here down the line because again we have Black Bolt and White Flare coming out, and then we have the Mega Evolution that comes out in September. So if I were you and I wanted to pick up a couple of singles, I would pick them up right now, and then I will wait to see what the price does come September, because in my opinion September is going to be the time where we're going to have more clarity within the market, because we're going to start a new era. Pokemon Company is going to be more focused on printing those sets that are coming for the new Mega Evolutions era and Black Bolt and White Flare, and they're going to slowly start to stop throwing in a lot of Prismatic Evolutions 151 Insurgent Sparks like we've seen here in the recent last couple of months. Is it the time to FOMO and get out of the hobby? I do not think so. Pokemon Company knows what they're doing. They've been doing this for 25 years. We are in for the long haul, and this is just a normal correction. And in my opinion, anybody that's telling you otherwise is bananas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, leave a like in the video. It helps the algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell notification so you can get notified every time I post a video. And as always, stay positive, keep your head up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.